Welcome back to the channel, guys. Glad to have you as always on another pattern series video. As you can tell, we are back in the woods, secret spot, pattern series round, is it round 3 by now? Pretty sure it's round 3, but this time we are totally being brought to you by Pattern Pros. And we're back on the pattern series for you guys today. Round 3, can't believe it, got the turkey gun back out, and actually some guest stars back here as well. Marvin, Steve, you guys will see them here in a minute. But we're breaking it down with you guys today with the help of Ryan and Brody from Pattern Pros. I'm going to put their stuff right here. Link in the description if you're interested in any of their pattern packages. They've got targets, they've got waterfowl, turkey, whatever you're into, they can help you get your wing shooting shotgun zeroed as quickly, efficiently, and as cheaply as possible. The whole idea behind Pattern Pros, what a great idea and an awesome business, veteran owned. But if you're tired of spending 60, 70 bucks on an entire box of turkey shells, waterfowl, whatever the case is, and figuring out that your gun and choke combo doesn't like it, guys, check out patternpros.com. Get your sample box like they sent us over to the channel. These sample boxes, I've got the 12 gauge pack here, and I also have the 20 gauge pack. So before we get to patterning from Pattern Pros, their 20 and 12 gauge turkey offering boxes, we're going to get these things on paper. So as always, got a target down here at about 20 yards. This paper is supplied by Pattern Pro, so if you like this turkey target setup, you can go do that as well on their website. And also, let's just go ahead and say this, screw Birchwood Casey and their US sellout to the Chinese, and welcome to the channel, Kapow Outdoors, made in the USA right here for you. We're going to see how these turkey targets hold up. Enough talk, let's get to it. We've got 3 guns. We're going to burn through them real quick at 20 yards, show you guys the point of aim and impact, and make sure that's dialed in. Let's go. Going to check this target. We are set up right at 15 yards. Something super simple, super close. Going to go ahead and pattern with some Kent 7.5s out of the Pawn Shop turkey gun. You guys are no stranger. We're literally just going to be checking the point of aim, point of impact before we go burning through these shells. Let's get after it. All right, next up we have Marvin. Nothing special, just some federal bird load here. All right, world's smallest turkey gun, point of aim, point of impact. Also his brother, Steve. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite turkey gun here ever. The tried and true Stevens custom greenleaf. Such a good trigger on this gun. All right, guys, so just a down and dirty, quick and easy zero of these targets. This is about 15 yards. We're right there with Steve. I mean, a little high, if anything. You know, that center punch right there, that's the wad. So just looking at the pattern, very good pattern. Moving down to the Pawn Shop gun, shows just a hair left, but with TSS, we did scooch it over in the last video, so I'm going to leave that there. Still nothing crazy, 15 yards. And then down here, you've got Marvin, really nice and centered up, a lot tighter with the 570 Pattern Master. And all this is just with birdshot. You want to verify all this before you go setting targets out at 40 yards. So let's go ahead and run through the Pattern Pros combo pack for the 12 and 20, and let's see what our gun likes. Let's get after it. All right, guys, the first batch up is going to be the 12 gauge offerings. This is Remington Nitro turkey, 1 7/8 ounce, 1210 feet per second, number 4s. Honestly, I have never shot Remington Nitro out of this shotgun or out of turkey, so pretty sweet. There it is, Remington Nitro turkey. Put these other loads in the box. Looks like a pretty good shell, number 4s. Let's see how it does. Also, I forgot to tell you, that was out of an Indian Creek 690. Actually, dude, boys, that ain't bad. I mean, for a really inexpensive lead load, I mean, this is at 40 yards. I mean, that's a really, really good pattern. I'm really surprised about that. The backer worked really good. You can see how centered up it is on this side and the left side. But, dang, I mean, that's not bad at all. Let's go to shell number 2. This is going to be the Federal 3rd Degree. This is a mix of 5, 6, and 7 shot, 1 3/4 ounce, going 12.50 at 40 yards. Overall, the shot was very centered up. I don't see anything crazy on this side of the backer. A little bit more shot over here. But ultimately, this target has got too many voids for me. I think maybe the bulk was a little bit lower. Yeah, I think the bulk of that pattern was just a hair low. So, it's not terrible. If that was up just a little bit, probably would have been a little bit better. I mean, obviously, this is stone dead right here. So, not a bad pattern, centered up, just low. So let's move on to the next offering here. We have Winchester Super X Turkey, 1 7/8 ounce, number 5s, 1210 feet per second. I really like how Pattern Pros puts all this data on the box, so you literally don't have to Google anything about the shells. It's right there for your own information. And that is nice to know if something's screaming hot, how many ounces, because some chokes like a heavier load, some chokes don't. So it's cool to see that they put that in the box. Okay, so pretty impressive, honestly. Lead load again. Very, very consistent. I mean, very centered up. I mean, this red dot is definitely on with turkey loads. Let's see from behind the scenes. I mean, wow, that's a devastating pattern. I mean, for a lead turkey load that's cheap as absolute all get out, Winchester Super X number 5s. For TSS haters, I kind of see what you're talking about here. I've killed them dozens of times with lead loads, but heck, if you're on a budget, Winchester Super X, smashing them. Never shot a Fiocchi load, but this is the Golden Turkey 3-inch, 1 1/4 ounce, number 5. So this is not TSS. I don't believe any of these loads in this particular pack of 12 gauge that I got is all this is just lead. So straight up, just a good affordable box of tester loads from Pattern Pros. Golden Turkey number 5, 1 3/4 ounce, 1200 feet a second. All right, guys, again, lead loads really surprising me here. So obviously you don't get the numbers of TSS, but the consistency, very, very nice. Heavy pattern, very dense, a heavy number 5, 3-inch shell. And again, just devastation on the backer. I mean, I don't know if you're truly on a budget here. We've hit 3 shells in a row. That is, it just absolutely lights out in that combination. One more left for the 12 gauge. Let's get after it. Last but not least, with the 12 gauge setup, we have Longbeard XR number, well, let's see. Longbeard XR, 1 7/8 ounce, 1050, so a little bit slower comparably. So the takeaway here is, again, if I was going to hunt with this load, definitely devastation. It just shoots low in that gun, which is why you're doing these tests, so you guys can shoot these loads, these combos, especially out of optics. That way you can dial up your pattern. So if you remove this and look at the backer, I mean, that's absolutely smoked. So that's what that load can look like if your point of aim, point of impact was correct. So you guys can see Longbeard XR is absolutely stupid. But my point of aim was right here at the wattles, just a hair low. 20 gauge guys, which I am personally, they have a box for you too. So the first one up is going to be Winchester Longbeard ounce and a quarter, 1,000 feet per second, number 5. I've got my doubts. You know, I wish that Longbeard XR would be just as deadly as the rest, but in my experience, you know, I've yet to see one that I have really loved. So here we go. Longbeard XR number 5, 3-inch shell out of the world famous Steve Burris Fastfire 4 rectifier 560, also dipped in green leaf, of course. And let's see what she'll do at 35 yards. All right. So good thing the backer paper saves us again, actually. Let's check it out. So here we go. Longbeard XR number 5, Stevens, 35 yards. A little bit better on the backer. Still pretty high. It's consistent. I'll give it that. It is consistent. But the way that gun is set up, I either pulled it straight up, which is odd because it's really, you know, patterned on both sides. In the middle, looks like it just shoots high. So let's move on. Next up, we have the last lead load for the 20 gauge pack. Federal 3rd degree, 5, 6, and 7s, 1,100 feet per second, ounce and a half. So a little bit heavier load. Duplex load, 5, 6, and 7s, 1,100 feet per second. I like Federal's little spur tape they have on all their shells. Pretty freaking sweet. That was a hammer. A rebound right there. So that's the Federal 3rd degree out of a Stevens 301 rectifier 560, 35 yards, mind you. So not terrible. I'm still shooting a hair high, holding at the wattles here, or well, this area. So not terrible. Let's see the backer. Really nice consistency, centered up at least. That's what you want to see. Good pattern. Like I said, just a hair high, still a dead turkey, but that's exactly why you do these tests. Fiocchi golden turkey with a really interesting turkey foot. And this one is golden turkey, ounce and 3/8, 12.25. That's pretty screaming. That's the fastest load on this box. Really cool looking shot card. It's pretty deep in there. I've never seen that before. We'll see if that affects it. Number 9s, straight 9s, ounce and 3/8, 12.25. And we're switching Steve. Steve and Marvin are going to swap, and Marvin is going to shoot the remaining of the 20 gauge TSS. Also, I would like to mention this is at 40 yards. 40 yards on the nose. Holy shit. So the biggest difference right here, guys, between Marvin and Steve, this is Marvin, World's Smallest Turkey Gun. That gun, I love to have the Striker 570 by Pattern Master. Gas over constriction tech. Really, really nice pattern. Super, super concentrated right here. So if anything, with my point of aim, I was a little bit low on Marvin, having a really good rest. So let's see exactly what the backer looks like. That's absolutely crazy. Really, really good tight pattern. Yeah, I mean, TSS is night and day comparison when you're talking about sub-gauge shotguns. So yeah, that's a killer freaking load. Fiocchi golden turkey, number 9s. Let's go, guys. Here's a budget TSS load. This is Herder's brand, so you guys will know them from shopping at Academy. This is Herder's TSS, ounce and a half, 1200. This is the second to a little bit, 25 feet per second less than the golden turkey, so it should kick pretty good. Straight number 9s, nothing fancy on the shell. No shot card, just a conventional shell crimp. So let's see what old Marvin has to say about it. Marvin really liked that golden turkey, which is surprising. So let's go. Whew. Man, this is actually a freaking great load. I mean, wow. I mean, now, would I have ever bought Herders? Probably not. Would I buy it now? Hell yeah, look at that. I mean, I mean, for a cheaper, now when I say cheaper, it's still premium load because you're shooting TSS. But as far as advancements go and how much money you're spending, that's a hell of a shell. Let's see the backer. Wow, that's absolutely stupid. That is stupid tight. Yeah, 40 yards, Herders, TSS number 9, Striker 570. That is, I mean, damn. For the 20 gauge Pattern Pro box, it's been a good one. We've learned a lot. Boss Tom, 3-inch. I needed that box, by the way. Boss Tom, TSS, 2 ounces, 1050, so a little bit slower. Number 9, straight 9. I've heard mixed reviews on Boss shot shell. What a pretty looking shot shell too. It's got their logo on the brass. It's pretty slick. Let's see what Marvin thinks. 40 yards. Let's go. Whoo! Boss Tom, straight 9s, 2 ounces. Anaconda 570, Striker out of Marvin. It's not bad. I think it shot just a hair low. Now, I'm not going to show you the backer because this is the same backer we literally just used. I ran out of backer, actually. So, shout out to Pattern Pros for sending that out. But I did use the first one for point of aim, point of impact. But overall, yeah, dead turkey. A little bit low, as you can see. So, the bulk of the pattern was low. I mean, ultimately, it's a good shell. 40 yards. It's got some voids. I think for that shell, for whatever reason, the 2 ounces maybe likes less constriction, but that's something that you could try on your own. But yeah, I mean, not a bad pattern. More voids than I like personally. So let's go over these patterns and see exactly what we learned from going with Pattern Pros for quick and easy pattern testing. We're back with pattern results. I hope you guys go check out patternpros.com. Super easy to get your pattern, your package right there, whether you shoot 12, 20 gauge. It just makes it so easy. Test 5 different loads in a matter of minutes versus having to go spend several, 20, 30, 50, 60 bucks TSS loads and figure out you don't like that load. So, pattern results. First one is a really inexpensive load we got here for the Pawn Shop turkey gun. This is a Remington Nitro, ounce and 7/8, number 4, Indian Creek. And again, found out that gun really likes the 690 constriction, 40 yards. Just a very centered up pattern. Deadly load at 40 yards, probably even 45, 50 if you had to. But I mean, a really cheap, inexpensive load. Nitro Remington. Find them at any Walmart, any Farm and Garden, any sporting goods store. Nitro turkey. Next up, we got the Federal 3rd degree, which I've never shot actually before. This one not so centered up. Again, we're shooting with an optic on the Pawn Shop turkey gun. Same choke, 690 Indian Creek. This has got an ounce and 3/4 of 5, 6, and 7, so a duplex load. Very centered up, just a little low. Aiming here, of course, as always. These are some new targets. At least we can see the damn shot on these Birchwood Casey. So the back here, again, if you ever question where your bulk of the pattern is, use the backer as you guys saw in the video. Right here, nice centered up, just low, Federal 3rd degree. Same gun, Fiocchi GT Golden Turkey, ounce and 3/4, number 5. Very inexpensive load here. Very nice and centered up. I mean, again, a lead load, do it on the cheap. Poor man's turkey shell, any man's turkey shell. If you don't want to shell out the TSS money, I hear you. And here's the proof right here. Again, very nice leeway. Nothing super nuclear at 40 yards. Just a great killing pattern. He can't sneeze or move out of that one. Pawn Shop turkey gun, Winchester Super X, very budget friendly load, number 5s, ounce and 7/8, 690. I mean, that's freaking devastating at 40 yards. Again, super amount of leeway. So whether you move at the the time you shoot, anticipating that 3-inch shell, I mean, an absolute smoked turkey. This one was a little bit underwhelming. Again, super tight pattern, number 5s, ounce and 7/8, a little bit heavier load. Screaming down there, Indian Creek 690 Pawn Shop turkey gun, a little bit low. You guys saw on the backer though at 40 yards, just a crazy tight pattern. But again, just low, and that's why you want to pattern these shells in the exact same combo you're going to hunt with, because if you would just go to the store and buy this and not do your homework, you may body shoot that turkey and he flies off and dies later. Make sure you're hitting the vitals. Again, great overall pattern, just a little low. Moving to the 20 gauge, this is the world famous Steve. You guys saw many pattern videos. That gun really shines. A sub gauge shines with TSS, but a lot of guys want to see the lead loads on paper. So here you go, Longbeard XR. I showed you the backer on this shot. It was really, really high. I don't know if I pulled it or if it just, you know, went high with the way that thing is sighted in for other shells. Again, very centered up. Maybe a few flyers here and there, but centered up nonetheless. A little bit high. I wish I had a better, you know, target for you to show with the turkey, but you guys saw the backer. Longbeard XR number 5, ounce and a quarter, rectifier 560, and at 35 yards. Again, we have Steve here, another inexpensive lead load, 5, 6, and 7s, federal 3rd degree, Steve 301, ounce and a half, rectifier 560, 35 yards, a little bit better centered up on the target there for you. Really good leeway, a good killing pattern, nothing nuclear out to 35 yards. You could probably have pushed this one out to 40, had a little bit more shot on this side of the turkey. Again, a great alternative to TSS if you're going to be shooting a 20 gauge shotgun. This is where stuff got fun. I think 20 gauge, 410s, anything sub gauge, 28 gauge, really shine in a TSS load. My opinion, if you're going to go sub gauge and do that whole rabbit hole, invest in some good shot shells. You will see the benefit out to 40 and have the 12 gauge capacity and knockdown power in a smaller package. So if you're putting on the miles on public land, you can do it a lot more easier and comfortably with a 20 gauge. Marvin, world's smallest turkey gun. Fiocchi, the first Fiocchi turkey shell I've ever shot in a TSS. Straight 9s, ounce and 3/8, striker 570, gas over constriction, so a little bit tighter than my 560 rectifier, 40 yards this time. Very, very nicely done as far as consistency and density on the backer here. Just an absolutely great killing, hunting turkey pattern there. A little bit low, so if I was going to hunt with this load, I obviously would bump it up. But overall, the Fiocchi turkey was really surprising. Marvin again here, 510 Mini. Herder, TSS. Kind of crazy, a cheaper Academy load, if you could say a TSS load is cheaper. Straight 9s, ounce and 1.5 ounces. Striker 570, 40 yards. This one really, really shocked me. Out of all of the Pattern Pro patterns that we shot today, this one performed probably one of my favorites. That 570 striker just absolutely crushed that turkey. A little bit more nuclear than maybe preferably I would like to see. Again, smoked turkey, dead on with the red dot. That's a killer pattern. Last one, guys, we've got Marvin, the 510 Mini, Boss Tom TSS, 2 ounces of number 9, striker 570, 40 yards. This one just proves the fact that not all chokes prefer every shell combo that you want to shoot. So some voids here and there, a little bit, you know, not as dense. You turn it over, you can kind of see them a little bit better. Voids on the bottom, voids on the top. Probably a little bit lower of a shot as far as point of aim, point of impact. Again, very doable at 40 yards. Obviously a dead turkey. You've got several up here in the spine and the neck. Boss, you know, is kind of hit or miss for people. I've never shot them personally. The 20 gauge offering is nice. I think I would tone that constriction down just a little bit in a conventional choke. That gas over constriction is a little bit tighter with the 570. So yeah, great killing pattern. And again, you learn some data from Pattern Pros. There you have it, guys. Hope you saw just how easy it truly is to get out in pattern, and Pattern Pros has made it even more affordable to get out. 5 packs, the 5 shot shells, save you a ton of money and time, efficiency. Test different guns, shell choke combos. They've got TSS, they've got lead turkey loads. They've even got stuff for you guys that are waterfowl guys that are super lazy and never pattern your shotguns. Get out there, pattern your shotgun. That was the 3rd round for us on the channel, just proving to you how vital that information truly is to bag your spring longbeard. Guys, stay tuned to the channel. A lot more to come. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment. It helps the video drastically. So if you enjoyed the video, leave me a comment. It helps a ton. Check out the Part-Time Hunter podcast. Huge shout out to Pattern Pros, Ryan and Brody. Thank you guys so much. Veteran-owned company. You can't say enough about them. That's all I got for you guys. Catch us on the turkey tour coming up very shortly. My boys in Mississippi already pounded it this morning, and great stuff coming out of that state. That's all I got, guys. As always, we'll catch you on the next one.